Hello everyone, I wanted to record another PUX video for a change. Probably everybody's already a bit bored of just watching me play this Enchantress. So I decided, like, PUX is always popular and I also like playing it myself. So I'm playing with exactly the same deck as in the last video. I think you can see it. You can see the exact cards there. Yes, I would like to play first. This hand is, if they don't have Wasteland, it's good. Otherwise, of course, we lose our only black source here. But if they're not a Wasteland deck, we've got this kills creatures, and this interacts with their hand. So ooh. I think I take the Ponder here. Like, Snapcaster is more value, but I have the Inquisition of Kozilek next turn for the Snapcaster. And otherwise they could turn one Ponder and fix their draws. They have a Snapcaster in hand, so I think I want to Inquisition that here. Take the Snapcaster. And next turn, well, I don't think there is any reason to take the Terminus, but like this Collective Brutality isn't going to do anything useful for a while anyway. Because as soon as they draw something, they're probably gonna cast it anyway. Okay, this changes things. I definitely... Like, they could have top decked a Counterspell, but the longer I wait, the more likely they are to actually have top decked it. So I need to resolve this first, and we can still take the Terminus or a better card with the Collective Brutality next turn. Here I think I'm going for Doomfall first though. Like, they might have top decked the Jace and they are able to play it next turn. So this like guarantees we take the card we want most. Well, like Collective Brutality only takes instants or sorceries, and they could have found a Snapcaster Mage or something better. Now we need to play around Council's Judgment as much as possible. They could leave it on top if they find it here, but I'm definitely gonna cast the Collective Brutality here. Or alternatively, no, they have a Plains in hand. No, like if they didn't have a Plains, I could like Rishadan Porter Tundra, so they can't have a double white up. Okay, or I could double Porter Tundra, and only Unexpectedly Absent would work, but not. Yes, I think I'm actually gonna double tap here. It also means they can't land a Jace. Like, Jace doesn't really do anything here. Mastery Mentor, sure. Day F6. Probably want to Collective Brutality and Escalate here. Kill the monk and make them discard. And then we get to decide which card we care about most here. I mean, Smallpox or Brutality. Yeah, I think I'm Rishadan porting them. If they already have the card lying on top, like the Collective Brutality or the Unexpectedly Absent, This isn't gonna make a difference, but okay. So against Miracles we want Confident instead of Tombstalkers. These are very bad against Swords to Plowshares and Jace Bounce. To the Slaughter to deal with the Jace, more Planeswalkers. Some more Pithing Needle effects against Jaces and so on. And like Damnation and Ratchet Bomb could be okay against Entreaty Angels or I really can't recall the name. Or oh yeah, Monastery Mentor and their tokens. So the cards that are potential cuts are these. These cards are all okay, and I think Deluge is also fine. It might be worse than Damnation though. So we want... The reason I'm considering cutting some of the smallpoxes is because like I play Dark Confidence and I don't want to sack them, and they only play like a Mentor with a bunch of tokens where smallpox is bad, or like a Snapcaster, and I don't want to trade a Snapcaster for a Dark Confident. So I think on the draw I keep in the Dark Rituals, because we're gonna be behind on tempo and we wanna, like, they're the control deck, so we want to like land a Dark Confident or a Liliana turn 1 if we can. And maybe Gravedigger's Cage against Snapcaster is not great, but I might want to try it out once. Probably Fatal Push is decent spot removal. Better than sacrifice effects with my Dark Confident. Leave the Cage for now. Like, I'm sure they get some value out of Snapcaster Mage, but I think that's fine. It's better than us having a dead card in deck, in case we... This hand is all in on the Dark Confident. But if we draw like a 1 mana discard spell, or like here the Cursed Scroll, then at least we get some value out of the 3rd black mana. Ooh, this is very good. Like, this Dark Ritual didn't really matter. I mean, it's better than them countering the Dark Confident, but they were probably afraid of a turn 1 Liliana without a counterspell for it. Search for Oscanta is bad. So we need to keep a Wasteland for when they transform it. Which means I'm not revealing my Wasteland yet, because they're not going to transform this until they know it's like safe from being wastelanded, I think. Actually, I could just Dark Ritual, Doomfall and Collective Brutality, right? I think I'm gonna do Collective Brutality first, like to take a Brainstorm or Counterspell, and then Doomfall if they have like a Jace or anything that's important enough to take. Maybe we should also have Doomfall to take away the Swords to Plowshares before playing the Confident. I didn't I didn't think about it. I was just so focused on landing the Confident as quickly as possible. guess opponent has something good in hand, because they're thinking very long about these things. Yeah, so they did have a Flusterstorm. I could pay 3, but maybe I only have a Flusterstorm and then I don't get to Doomfall and take their chase or something like that. I think I'm still gonna pay. Like the upside of them having something else to take. Oh yeah, like the Predict. My Predict works very well with Search for Azcanta because this lets them keep something on top of their deck and then they can mill it away, Predict and draw extra cards. So now they have Snapcaster in hand and something else. If I Doomfall, they're just gonna play the Snapcaster. Oh, actually Snapcaster Flusterstorm, so they don't get any value out of it. Oops, wrong mode. Yeah, they probably want to keep the Snapcaster for predicting and getting card advantage. So at least if they drew like a useless card, at least I got them to waste their Snapcaster Mage on a Flusterstorm. Maybe this was a mistake. Maybe I should have ported them in their turn, because if they drew a Jace, I'm gonna be sad if they get a land here. And then I should just have ported them, and then they wouldn't have the mana to Snapcast or Flusterstorm. Or I could have wasted their white source, and then go to second main, so they wouldn't have the mana for it either. Okay, I did get punished there. Definitely should have wasted or ported. So I'm probably losing this. And they're fate sealing me because Mishra's Factory and Cursed Scroll together could potentially deal 4 damage to the Jace. Wasteland. Draw Liliana. That's a good card. Doesn't beat a Jace though, in general. So I have to keep attacking the Jace because, yeah, like I have no way if this, like, it's gonna be very rough on me if he gets ultimated. Like, I mean, I lose the game and we only have like something that deals 2 damage and 2 damage. So if he keeps plussing it, it's gonna be very hard to kill it. If they keep a card in hand, I think I'm not attacking with Mishra's Factory, because it would mean that they could have Snapcaster Plow for my Mishra's Factory. So let's see, if they have a land, if they left land on top, I can, oh yeah, I can choose the after I draw. I just play out the land and then I Cursed Scroll and then I play the Liliana. pausing my draw step, so I feel like they have Vendilion Clique in their deck. Liliana of the Veil. Redirect to Jace, yes. And they could play the Clique in response here if they have it. But at least it's gonna survive one Liliana attack. So our opponent finally brainstorms. So that means if we draw a kill spell, we could kill the Clique with like Cursed Scroll and Mishra's Factory. Like if you draw a Fatal Push, we can't because we need to Wasteland them to get Revolt. Yeah, we'll see what we draw and play it from there. Okay, Thoughtseize, don't care about that. Definitely killing the Mentor here. Thoughtseize. Then plus Liliana. Like, I don't think I have use for this Thoughtseize anymore anyway. And because of, I think I left one Fatal Push in my deck, or actually both. I have two Fatal Pushes in my deck, so I feel like I want to keep this Wasteland, either for the Search for Azcanta or for trigger, like not triggering Revolt. I don't think it's a trigger, but for like making sure I have Revolt. And if he attacks here and doesn't have a block or a plow for my Mentor, for my Mishra, I can actually kill his Jace here, even if he pluses. It could have been a reason not to plus my Liliana, because they weren't gonna kill it with a Clique anyway. And if I kept my Thoughtseize in hand, I would be safe from Snapcaster Plow, because I could just play it first and see if they have it or not, and then decide to kill the Jace based on that. Definitely curse scrolling them, then playing my land. But then again, maybe if I didn't plus my Liliana, perhaps they just wouldn't have attacked with the Clique, and then I would need to deal with the Clique as a blocker anyway. And the question is, do I want to risk attacking here? They can still have Snapcaster Plow, and then I don't kill the Jace, but I think I just have to try it. Like, they're gonna have Snapcaster Plow up as long as they have this. Like, I'm not gonna be able to Wasteland Port them off Snapcaster Plow anyway. Ooh, they could have Wear Tear as well. And now this Jace being able to Fate Seal me is it's probably gonna, like, unless he bottoms like 3 times in a row and I have like a bunch of good cards all stacked on top of each other, I probably lost this game. But I'm just gonna be playing the clock, and I'm ahead on clock, and it might give me some advantage for like winning game. Yeah, like it all comes down, like if he would have wastelanded them or ported them off the Jace mana that turn, instead of playing, I don't know, Doomfall or Brutality, then I would have been in a much better spot, because then I would have been able to take the Jace the turn after, most likely. And like it already got him so much advantage that... So let's see, I think I'm still going after the Jace. Like I can deal with creatures to some extent. And if I stop pinging the Jace, he can start brainstorming and getting even more card advantage. Yeah, I'm gonna kill the Azcanta. He puts another Surge of Azcanta into his hand. That's, gotta admit, that's funny and also very good for him. Puts a card on top. I might kill the Click first here. At some point, because this kills me in 4 turns and the Jace kills me slower. And if I only leave the Snapcaster Mage as an attacker, then he's gonna need, let me think, 8 turns to kill me with combat damage. Shot on port. I'm gonna tap this here. So he has to invest a lot of mana if he wants to get any value out of this. And then he might be tapped out during my turn. At least he won't be able to have Counterspell or Hardcast Force of Will up. Which might make it slightly easier to stick a Pithing Needle or... But I'm not under any illusions that he's not going to be able to find a Wear Tear for my Pithing Needle if he doesn't already have it. anyway. Put the card on the bottom. That's the start to winning. Okay, important thing is definitely not a good start to winning. Unless we have now we needed like a total of 4 good cards on top, because like he put already 1 away, and then if any of these cards is bad, we're just gonna top deck a bad card. And I don't know if I already told, but I'm gonna have to play this league in at least 2 videos, because I'm not gonna be able to play 5 matches in a row here. So I will upload it as part 1 and part 2 or something like that. So they draw even more cards. Ratchet Bomb. Now I'm going back after the Jace. I think the number of turns... Oh yeah, I almost wanted to write down Jace the Mind Sculptor here instead of Ratchet Bomb. It's clearly not the correct choice. Anyway, Jace goes up to 12 in... I don't know how many turns. I don't want to calculate it, but... I can't think about it here. Like, he needs 7 turns to kill me with damage, and Jace in 7 turns it will be, so like 6 turns plus ultimate, 6 turns it will be up at 15. Yeah, Jace kills me faster than Snapcaster. Now we can use Predict to put away like one of the cards that's on top of my deck. So he should have put the best card second, and then he can predict it away, and then he can Fate Seal me again. He bottoms a card, that's a good sign. Okay, I'm getting portented again, that means I'm most likely dead. The combination of these 2 cards just means you're never going to be able to draw a good thing anymore. So again, I'm just going to be playing the clock. It's a lame way to win, but I'm 6 minutes ahead on my opponent. So they might be too slow to win game 3 after this. I'm gonna keep the Ratchet Bomb. As long as possible. Okay, he probably has something in response here. Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna be dead to this this army before Jace kills me anyway, so I don't think it matters anymore. So we're gonna name Abandon Hope. And then we're gonna be attacking their white mana. And he floats, so we're gonna use a second one in his draw step. So he can't like... Okay, now he already used the mana, so now we can activate the second port in his upkeep still. It just makes his use of mana a little bit less efficient. Because otherwise, if I port 2 lands, he can float without letting him empty his mana pool first. That would mean he could just float both of them and then play Predict. But now if he would play Predict with the 1 mana floating, then I would have the option of taking a 3rd mana away. I'm definitely gonna blow this for 0 here. Like in his declare blocker step. So next turn I should be dead if he has like 2 spells in hand, which he should have with Brainstorm and Azcanta. Shouldn't maybe have killed the Snapcaster, it could give me 1 extra turn to win. And then Thoughtseize, and I think I'm rather double porting him than playing the Thoughtseize. I can't afford to lose 2 life here. I'd rather Rishalan port him twice and waste some more of his time. Because you have 25 minutes, so that means my opponent already burned 18 minutes in 2 games. So that means he spends 9 minutes a game. And he won't have time for the 3rd one if they all go as slowly as the first ones. Well, I only spent 10 minutes or like 11 minutes, so that means I can finish a game in 5.5 or 6 minutes. I mean, we did lose to Snapcasters, but I'm still not convinced that that's a card we want. Trinisphere is okay in slowing them down, but again, like, it doesn't stop Jace and Mentor and like some of the more annoying spells, and it also slows us down. Right, I did cut Smallpox, so I might want to cut 1 basic swamp here because we're not sacrificing our lands. We did flood quite badly, but it was also partly due to Jace. I might actually like Nethervoid better here as a 2nd one. And I mean, I guess I'll keep in 1 Tombstalker. We might flip it to the Dark Confidant, but whatever. Chances of that are like not 1 in 60, but close to it. Would like to play first? Yes. This hand does not have black, so we mulligan it. This is Pithing Needle for Jace into Dark Confidant into Liliana. And if the Dark Confidant gets countered, we can return it with this Liliana. So he would need a plow into a counter spell or so. Yeah, I think that's fine. It lets us deal with either a Mentor or... Change the Mind Sculptor. Our opponent is F6ing, so that means they're probably gonna be F6ing a lot throughout this game, just to as long as they can afford it, just to save some time. So they are aware of their... They're portending me because I scryed to the top. It seems very, very loose. I mean, we already have the two plays we want to make. So by the time we have played out these two cards, we probably already he already draw the card again that he put on the bottom. And now you're 100% sure that we're not gonna take 8 damage from Dark Confident flipping Tombstalker. Surtrust Kanta, sure. Here the question is whether to Liliana first or to check their hand for good cards. They did not force the Dark Confident, so I'm gonna assume this Liliana resolves. Okay, we are doing really well here, I think. I think if they can beat this in 5 minutes, they are a Miracle's God, or we are very unlucky. Because they didn't have a removal spell in hand, and they didn't have a Force of Will in hand. So they need to draw really well to both kill this Confident and Liliana. I think do I start by attacking? This could run into a Snapcaster Mage. So I'm not activating Liliana before we know the Dark Confident makes it safe to the other side. And then I'm gonna check their hand. Yeah, maybe I should have wasted them first. But I think I want to waste the white source, because a lot of the stuff he cares about is either white or like the Search for Azcanta. Like the 2 mana Council's Judgment or similar things. Ooh, Plow, that's unfriendly. So I cannot play the Tombstalker. I can mill and then play the Tombstalker, but I am assuming ultimating my Liliana is the fastest way to win here. And I still think taking the Volcanic Island is not contributing to saving my Liliana from dying. The Mill of Flooded Strands, so they're not looking for more mana. Oh, I should have draw step killed it. Skanta. So they play Mentor, sure. So now they got to use one more mana for their whatever. Going to keep this to kill their monk tokens. It's not going to be fast enough to kill their other stuff in it. Ooh, fatal push. That's just what I needed. I'm gonna start wasting Azcanta, then fatal push Mentor and see if it resolves. Like if they counter this, then I might Liliana on the Mentor and kill the monk with a Ratchet Bomb. Yeah, sure, if they give me the option of killing both without sacrificing my Ratchet Bomb, of course I'm gonna take that. Keep this, and I should be able to play my Tombstalker, right? I had a feeling they have like Snapcaster Mage in hand, which they want to use to attack the Liliana. So I could use Mishra's Factory as a blocker. But yeah, Tombstalker is a blocker as well. So they must have a removal spell here for my Tombstalker, otherwise they wouldn't play this out here. Sure. It does buy them 2 turns, so that's ooh, I sequenced this very poorly. If they have a second Snapcaster, like I should have played this one first and plussed it. If they had Snapcaster, they would have to flash it in first. Yeah. Oh, okay. Might not get punished. I think I should first have plus this Liliana. Actually, no, I used this one to kill a Snapcaster, so it didn't matter in the end. Because I would still need to plus this one, and they could have flashed in a Snapcaster Mage, which then but here they're very stupid. Like they have to discard the card they drew with Brainstorm now, and if they just let the Liliana ability resolve, they would have been able to keep 1 card more in hand. Like they could just have brainstormed end of my turn. Our Confident is good. So let's start by playing out my Confident. It could turn on a removal spell or a counter spell in their hand. But I couldn't plus my Liliana first, of course. But at least this gives me the option of killing the click here. And now I have 2 blockers for Snapcaster Mage. This Ratchet Bomb feels really mediocre here. Like, I can't put it up to 2 now that I have the Dark Confident. And it's not really protecting us against anything, except Mentor and tokens, but at this point Mentor tokens don't matter anyway. So I'm gonna start by playing out Cursed Scroll, then Cursed Scrolling them, and then plusing Liliana. Or I just plus the Liliana, and I have Mishra's Factory as an attacker, so it doesn't really matter, I think. Although killing the Snapcast, no, I'm gonna kill Snapcast with this Liliana. Yeah, I think I'm just plussing the Liliana here. And this also gives me the option of discarding the Cursed Scroll. And now I can use the second Liliana to make him sacrifice a Snapcaster or something like that. Do I want to do that? I think Liliana Ultimate is kind of sweet though. Kill the new Snapcaster. And now he has to choose which Snapcaster, which Planeswalker he wants to let ultimate first. I mean, I have two blockers, so I don't think he can even attack here, because Mishra's Factory is a 3/3 as a blocker. Like, you make it into a 2/2, you tap it to target itself, and it becomes a 3/3. Oh yeah, my opponent only has 27 seconds anyway. So we didn't beat them on clock, but even if they were ahead, they wouldn't have been able to win anyway. So yeah, it was a strong game, and the Planeswalkers showed how good they are in this matchup. Like, even though I might have sequenced something wrong, and yeah, I think I have time for one more round before I have to take a break. But I'm actually going to the toilet first, so I'll be back in a minute or two. Okay, let's join the queue again. And we found another opponent. Oops, misclicked, yes. My opponent plays Belcher, So we need to have a very aggressive opener with like 1 mana discard or Dark Rituals. Yes, I would like to play first. Now, if this had a Dark Ritual into Trinisphere, we would like insta-win, but this hand doesn't do anything otherwise. Dark Ritual Tombstalker does nothing. I mean, I've played against him 3 or 4 times and he was playing Belcher, so I'm just gonna assume I have to mulligan to a Belcher beating hand, or at least a turn 1 interaction. This has an answer for goblins. Yeah, I guess I keep this, hope to scry to a Dark Ritual. Let's see, are we dead? Oh, he's going over Burning Wish, so he's going for goblins. There's probably more goblins than... Let's see, can we beat this in any way? Because otherwise I'm gonna concede so he doesn't know what deck I'm on. So that storm is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's gonna have 18 goblins. If he has the mana for it, right? He's gonna have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he's gonna have the mana for it. So I'm just gonna concede here. I think neither of these hands, like maybe the one with the Toxic Deluge could have drawn a Dark Ritual off the top. But yeah, I'm not gonna count on that. These cards beat goblins, Ratchet Bomb beats goblins, I mean this beats Belcher, this beats goblins, beats Belcher, Surgicals, so we can we can turn around Thoughtseize something and take it away. And Dark Confidence are definitely better in this matchup than Tombstalkers. Taking out Liliana because yeah, killing 1 goblin token doesn't do it. Taking out Smallpox because they don't really have lands and creatures, so this is just a very bad discard spell. Cursed Scroll is too slow. Innocent Blood is bad. And Fatal Push is bad. So it means I can probably put back in something like, yeah. Probably want 1 Cursed Scroll, just because we still need to kill him. By conceding there, like turn 1 Urborg could have been Turbo Depths, for example. So we're not giving away any information. Would like to play first, yes. This hand is reasonable. It has turn 1 Thoughtseize, hope to not die, and then Spyglass or Confident, depending on whether they have Belcher in hand or not. And then we can kill goblins the turn after if we draw more land. So except for Dark Ritual, to play both of these on turn 1, this is like one of the best hands we can hope for in this matchup. I mean, sure, like also 3 1-mana discard spells of a Dark Ritual would of course be even better. So opponent does not have the mana to start. They have definitely, I think we have to take the Lotus Petal here. It will mean they're probably not able to do anything for a few turns. So we'll have Land Grant on top. So we know the cards in their hand, except for 1. Oh, he drew a Chrome Mox. Imprinting Burning Wish, so he can go for a very small Empty the Warrens. I mean, very small, there are actually a bunch of goblins there. So we need We can take 12 here. We need to draw a land, so I cannot afford to block. We're gonna take 12 and then like flip a Liliana or so, and then we lose. Okay, them's the beats. Opponent had a very good top deck there, but then again, like 90% of their deck is mana sources, so like Lotus Petal only adds 1 mana. Maybe I should have taken... no, these only add 1 mana as well. Maybe I should have taken Empty the Warrens. Yeah, opponent asked me if I wasn't playing Enchantress, but I'm not today. I mean, if I would have taken the Burning Wish, he couldn't have imprinted it under the Chrome Mox, but he could as well have drawn a Lotus Petal instead of Chrome Mox, and maybe we should have taken Empty the Warrens because it's the only payoff card. And he didn't have enough mana to go for Burning Wish, Empty the Warrens, but he would have had the Lotus Petal, so he would have been only 1 mana short anyway, if he would have taken that. This guy plays Show and Tell usually, so we can play turn 1 Trinisphere or turn 1 Liliana. I think I'm gonna keep this. Probably gonna try turn 1 Liliana, because we can drop the Trinisphere of a Show and Tell, but we can't Liliana of a Show and Tell. Probably discarding Toxic Deluge. Oh, they got rid of Omniscience. Did they Show and Tell into Omniscience? I don't really care anyway, because I can drop the Trinisphere. Discarding my Cursed Scroll, because that's weak in this matchup, and then I Collective Brutality. Taking away some of his... Ooh, that doesn't actually take anything. That's a pity. Yeah, Sneak Attack is very good here. So because he seems to be on the Sneak Attack route, I definitely want to land the Trinisphere first. Okay, never mind, I'm already too late. Oh, I should have played my Urborg, because now I won't have double black up. But it does increase my clock, so... If they had not drawn a land there to hardcast Sneak Attack, I could play Trinisphere, so they would lose a turn paying 3 mana for their Lotus Petal. I think I plus Liliana 1 more turn before making them sacrifice. It does give him 1 more out, but I think we need to have something in play. Like, because we didn't have the double... Because we didn't have the double black. If I would have played Urborg instead of what I did now, then I could have ultimated Liliana and then played the second one. But it's definitely a mistake on my part. So here my opponent could have a red source and a creature in hand. So like if I give him sneak attack or everything else, he can take the sneak attack and then play a land, activate his sneak attack and win. But I think that's a risk I have to take. Because if I plus the Liliana, he could have the creature on top anyway. Ooh, make him sacrifice the land seems... Make him sacrifice... Like, this doesn't achieve anything except making him sacrifice the land. Because we could already get the creature of the... could already kill the creature with the Liliana anyway. Discards a Ponder. Doing this doesn't do anything, so I guess we just plus the Liliana here. So we could draw a land and kill him next turn. So we need him to not top deck Griselbrand or Emrakul here. And now we need him to not top deck it for one more turn. Let's see, did he draw it? He did not, fortunately. Again, this feels more like a Dark Confidant matchup, and less of a Tombstalker. Liliana is weak. To the Slaughter seems good. It's an instant speed sacrifice, so it could beat the sneak attack. And Needles, the Surgicals. Deluge is weak. I mean, even Damnation is better than Toxic Deluge, because at least this kills Griselbrand without having to pay 7 life. Fatal Push is bad. Curse Scroll is bad. All of these seem fine. Probably don't really want a Damnation. Yeah, this is good because it takes Show and Tell. Although it only takes Show and Tell and cantrips, not the creatures. So I could see cutting one of those and maybe Nethervoid. Like Nethervoid is good if they're on the Omniscience plan or like if they're cantripping. But especially in the draw, like if they Show and Tell, drop a Griselbrand and I drop a Nethervoid, I'm not going to be able to play any of my own spells anymore. Well, if I drop a Trinisphere, I could then like untap, play a Liliana, and they can't force it because of the Trinisphere. So this is more a Trinisphere matchup than a Nethervoid. Because I don't want my Lilianas to cost 6 mana. I'm gonna lead on Thoughtseize, because this also takes sneak attack and Inquisition doesn't. Okay, opponent shuffled with the Ponder. So it means they don't know what's on top. Because if they didn't shuffle, I probably would take the Emrakul and shuffle away the card. I feel like I take the Griselbrand here. Because if you go Show and Tell Emrakul, and I drop my Dark Confidant, I could play Liliana to kill it. Oh, they did leave it on top, okay. Oh, they didn't, they shuffled, they were just lucky. Like, I think I play Wasteland here. And if I draw a black source, I can just play Liliana and make him sacrifice it. Did not. Or I could have played Dark Confidant and then drawn one card deeper and have double black for Smallpox. Yeah, I didn't see the Smallpox. Maybe I should have gone... Oh yeah, playing the Dark Confidant would have dug me to the Innocent Blood. And I would probably have won this game. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I didn't see the line of drawing Innocent Blood or a Swamp for the Smallpox. And then I definitely should have gone for the... I think it was more likely to draw a Swamp than of playing the Dark... Like, yeah. Going for the 3-mana Liliana was definitely worse than going for the 2-mana Smallpox or 1-mana Innocent Blood. Because I would need to draw a Swamp for all of these, and playing the Dark Confidant would have given me a better chance of drawing it. Here I'm keeping this very slow hand, but I could Spyglass them and name Sneak Attack or Griselbrand. Or I could start Rishadam porting them. Like, Spyglass also lets me know if the coast is clear for Liliana. So I feel like I want to play that and hope it doesn't get forced. Because if I wait for them to drop it over Show and Tell, then... Yeah, like they could... If I waited for them to drop it over Show and Tell, they could just hardcast Sneak Attack, for example. Definitely naming Sneak Attack here. So they could go Ancient Tomb, Show and Tell into Emrakul, but then I can make them sacrifice it. Which means they're going for the Through the Breach, which is a better card against me. And that means I need to start Rishadam porting them, because they could rip a Lotus Petal and have 5 mana for Through the Breach. Opponent ripping the good cards. So I can only play this Liliana as soon as I have 5 mana here, I assume. Yeah, they're gonna have 5 mana next turn, so I need to keep port up. Meaning I can't really cast anything here. Because Liliana +1 only makes them discard the Rishadam port. With the Sneak Attack, I mean. So that doesn't do anything. So yeah, I'm dropping the swamp here. Oh, Griselbrand, that's good. I guess Ancient Doom, so he has one unknown card. He's gonna draw a bunch, meaning he's very likely to hit Petals for Through the Breach, but if I play Innocent Blood, probably Liliana is better, right? Because it can't get Flusterstormed, but he's not going to be able to create a lot of storm for Flusterstorm anyway. So if I Innocent Blood, I get to attack with Mishra's Factory, and if I play Liliana, I get to start plussing it next turn. Although if he Spell Pierces, this is very weak to Spell Pierce, because then if I tap 2 mana, I can't port him next turn. I think I'm going for the Innocent Blood. He could Brainstorm in response, I'm not sure why he's fetching here. Okay, he did not. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If he has another Ancient Doom, I probably lose the game. And there is nothing I can surgically extract to prevent him from having an Ancient Doom in hand. Or like, nothing I can take to get rid of the Through the Breach. Oh, this is an instant. Yeah, that's just. I think it's just surgical. He's Griselbrand here. Force him to have the Emrakul. And just having a look at his hand. There's double Emrakul, Leyline of Sanctity, a bunch of Show and Tells. So basically he can Show and Tell into Emrakul again next turn. Sure. Well, yeah, instant speed is very good. That's did not think about that. Sacrifice. No, he has a sneak attack, so I can't sacrifice that. See, he's at 3 life. So I can attack if I keep Mishra's Factory and. No, because then he Show and Tells the sneak attack into play. So I need to sacrifice all of my lands here, I think, but then he just Show and Tells next turn, and I have no way to deal with it anyway. I could have won game 2, that's the biggest mistake. So I have 5 of them. I think all of these routes lose me the game, right? No, but sneak attack is the faster loss. So, oops, yeah. Magical Eye makes it very hard to select the pile of lands. Ooh, if I... No, he has a Spell Pierce, so it doesn't matter. He's gonna Show and Tell the Emrakul, and... Maybe I should have kept my Surgical for the Emrakul. I accidentally F6 too fast. Very unfortunate loss. We had a good chance of winning, I think. Game 2. Now I have to take a break, and I will post the rest of the league as a separate video. Okay, see you for the next video.